I'm like a lingo monster.
I know, it's amazing. It is amazing how much you're connecting with the younger generation.
Tell me when you're ready, man. It's already recording.
What? Is it really? Hey!
I'm not guaranteeing I'm putting that shit in there. I get to edit this shit. Man!
He's the editor-in-chief.
I like chief.
Chief
Oh,
editor?
does that violate Indian
Community
Americans' rights to
Wait.
say that I want to be a chief? Hold it. Did we just...
Did you say Indian American?
American Indian. That's what they prefer to be called.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm on Quora all the time, and they're constantly talking about these Indians get on there, and from Navajo, Comanche, Arapaho, Iroquois, whatever, they get on there and they're like, these furry left, they don't call them the furry left.
So
The Democrats, they said the Democrats keep coming up with these terms, changing the terms for us, and now it's Native American, and we don't call ourselves Native Americans. We, first of all, if we know what tribe somebody's from, we call them from that tribe. We go, oh, the Comanches say this, the Navajos say this. But if we don't know a tribe, guess what we call each other? American Indians.
you know, I'm actually an Indian.
Oh,
I'm
shut
from-
up.
I
You
am.
are not American Indian.
I am.
You're freaking Italian, German
No.
bullshit stuff. What?
I'm a hoe.
You are a hoe.
I'm a hoe tribe. There's a lot of us out there.
Oh my God, you are a hoe also. You should get a shirt that says I'm a hoe.
I really want it now. I'm the chief of the I'm a hoe tribe.
It's too perfect for you.
I'm the El Jefe Carnal.
El Jefe Carnal. Oh my God. Ah, dude.
Really?
That was your best one yet.
Thank you.
Okay, we got even though we're having a lot of fun, we got a serious topic today. It
Hardcore
is-
serious.
It's the big A word.
It is. Adultering.
Adultering.
No, that was the previous video.
That was adulting.
Oh yeah, that
sounds like-
that was it.
And you know what an adulter is?
Somebody who adults?
No, adulter. No. You know what an adulteress is?
A female who adults?
God, man. Oh my, you're kidding, right?
Yes.
Okay, what's an adulteress?
Somebody who has sex out of wedlock.
Not somebody.
Some lady who has sex
Thank
out
you.
of wedlock.
What's
No,
an adulterer?
Actually, wait, no. It's people who have cheated on their spouse. Right?
Yeah.
People who cheat on their spouse. That's
Yeah,
what
but
it is.
one's a chick, one's a dude. Adulteress, adulterer.
Jeez, you gotta put labels on it? What a jerk. Misogynist.
Yeah, it's called English, motherfucker. Anyway, so, oh my God, it got me off. We just had a video. You got to go watch it called Adulting. We're talking about the only way you could be a true adult is if you understand individual rights and don't fuck with other people.
And everybody else who was at that video who has now gotten this video, congratulations, here's the special video.
Yeah, okay. Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, what are we talking about? Oh, yeah.
We're talking about abortion.
the A word. The
The A
big
word.
A word. Yeah. This is worse than the N word
The
now.
scarlet letter.
Yeah. So abortion. So you all know. I mean, we were going to save this whole abortion discussion for months down
Yeah.
the road because it's so controversial. But the Supreme Court anticipated us, and they came in, as you all know, and overturned Roe v. Wade last week. 49 years of Roe v. Wade. And I've already been asked several times what I think about it, and frankly, I'm glad. Because
It gets the government out of people's businesses.
yeah, it gets the federal government
Yeah.
out of people's business. But the main thing is that the right has gone absolutely, well, the left and the right have gone absolutely insane. The left has gone insane because, oh, now we don't have judicial protection. The right's gone insane in the sense that, oh, now we can stop abortion in all of these red states.
So now we can forcefully make a woman decide what to have, tell a woman what she has to do with her body.
Yeah,
We are so happy about that.
yeah.
Ridiculous. Absolute fucking utter ridiculousness.
Yeah. So as you know, we don't talk about this ahead of time very much about the subject, and we're going to connect all of this to individual rights at the end of the show because all of our shows are about individual rights, getting you to understand individual rights so you can be adults like Damon and me.
Thumbs up, Buttercup. Actually, I'm Batman today.
That is a bat. It's a white bat.
Batman.
I just don't even know what to say. Oh, so do you have something to say while I'm vaping?
Sure.
Go ahead.
This is bullshit.
Thank you, David. That was
okay.
Yeah. He's obviously the most eloquent one in the bunch here.
We sit there and laugh and make fun about this and joke about it, but ultimately what it comes down to is the fact that you guys are everybody, or anybody who sits there and agrees with the fact that you can sit there and choose what a woman does with her body is an absolute moron. Sorry, not sorry. You can call this a hot take or whatever the case may be, but this is ridiculous. At what point in time do you want somebody to tell you what you can do with your body? When you start answering that question and you start putting that into your own life, then you can possibly start to understand what a woman feels like when she has to sit there and listen to some Bible-thumping preacher man tell her that she's got a right or no right to do with her body what she wants. And anybody who doesn't see it that way, you're not looking at it correctly.
Not being an adult.
You're not being an adult. Because realistically speaking, that's exactly what you're telling somebody. On the face value, exactly what you are saying is, I am going to do with your body what I want, not what you want with your own body.
Yeah, and you're not protecting anybody, the fetus. You're not protecting anybody by saying that women don't have a right to have ultimate decision on what's going on inside their bodies. You're sitting there going, well, this is a life. Yeah, we agree with you. It's a life.
100%.
Yeah. So that's not the argument. The argument is, who's got the rights here? The rights belong with the individuals in a society, the individuals who are alive and walking around in society. What goes on inside their bodies is their business. In fact, a woman doesn't even have to tell anybody she's pregnant. She's got a right to keep that a secret, including from her husband or boyfriend. I hope she doesn't.
Yeah, me too.
But she's got a right to not tell a goddamn person about it.
And once the exits the body, once you remove the female's body from the equation, sure, you can go ahead and sit there and create whatever foundation or whatever you want to, or system or taking care of, or I don't care. You do what you want to do.
But also, I mean, once the baby is out,
yeah,
now it is an individual.
It is an individual.
Separated from another person, the inside of another person's body. So that person now has full individual rights, just like the mom and dad. So there's no difference at that point. But the whole point of individual rights is, the reason there are individual rights is so that people can survive and be happy in their lives. And so the woman gets to make a decision on how she survives with the pregnancy and how she's going to thrive and be happy. She gets to make that decision. So does that mean that she's got ultimate say on a life? Yes.
Yeah.
She does.
But she's also the one that created it.
Yeah. She's the one that allowed it to be created, or unfortunately, with rapes, there's nothing she could do about that. Mm-hmm. But in any case, it doesn't matter the case. Even if it's some woman who goes out and has 8 abortions. Yeah, none of us are happy that somebody is that irresponsible.
100%, really. But guess what? Still her life, her choice.
Yeah, and people can put drugs in their bodies. We're not happy about that either.
But it happens.
I've had drunkards as family members.
Yeah.
In my past.
Recently on the news, there was a drunk lady who shit in some guy's bed.
Yeah. Yeah, but
on a trial.
Yeah, and she had a right to get drunk. She didn't have a right to shit in his bed.
Yeah, shit in his bed. Yeah.
But the whole thing with abortion is, first of all, we've said before that we need to have a new constitution that honors individual rights
and makes it explicit.
Yes, and if we have that kind of constitution, there's no argument about the fact that a woman can make a decision on her own body, what's inside her own body, all the way up to 9 months, all the way up to that last second. Does it really bother Damon and I, and I'm sure most or all of you, that a woman would wait 8 or 9 months and have a fully formed baby in her womb and then decide at that moment to have it killed? Yes, that's troubling.
That hurts.
It does hurt. But it's not so troubling that we get rid of the principle, which is the most important thing in a free society.
Just because I hate what people say doesn't mean that I want to shut their mouth. I want their mouth shut.
Yeah.
The same. Just because I hate the way that people deal with their dogs doesn't mean that I presume to have them do with their property whatever I want them to do. Just because I hate what they do with their TV doesn't mean that I go into their house and I take their TV away, or I don't give them their TV once a certain threshold of purchase the distance has passed.
Just because we don't like it doesn't mean we can do anything about it, or we should be able to do anything about it.
The line is very important, because once you move past that line, when you continually move past the line, where does it stop?
Yeah, and that's a very good point. If you're going to say that the government has a right to tell women that they can't, that it's actually a crime if women kill what's inside their bodies, then how can you say you've got a right to your guns? Or you've got a right to your privacy, or to your property? You can't say any of that
because
anymore.
It's just up to interpretation until somebody finds a moral high ground. Well, guess what? They have moral high ground. You're using guns to kill people, just like she's using a doctor in order to kill the fetus. You're using a gun to kill a person. So, in order to stop her from being able to do that, why not stop you from being able to carry a gun? I mean, it sounds pretty synonymous if you ask me.
Synonymous.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's like green tea.
Oh. Thank you for that. So yeah, I mean, it's just like, okay, so the one we've said before, we'll probably say it many more times. We agree with most of the things that conservatives say, because you know what, you guys are mostly really responsible. You got your barbecues, you got your happy way of living. We're the same way.
And you look at things a lot more logically than you do emotionally.
Yeah.
That's another big aspect of it.
You're not the furry left. But one thing, the whole religion thing has got y'all messed up on abortion.
Hardcore.
And frankly, if you don't dump the mysticism,
stop giving the power away. Bring it back down to yourself and understand that I have a right to do with my body however I want to, just like every other woman on earth.
Every other woman? So you said your body and every other woman? Are you
technically
a woman?
I am most of my life.
I am woman, hear me roar, in numbers too big to ignore.
I don't even want to go there.
I was trying to figure out how I could. I was trying to figure out how I could pull that one back, but it was like, all right. What I meant to say is every other person, women also.
I am woman, hear me roar, in numbers too big to ignore.
The point I was going to make extra on the whole religion thing is that, and I've heard it said many times by religious people, is that the fetus is sacred, that the new burgeoning life is God-given. And that's a problem. If your brain is there, you're going to put that belief over the right of the woman.
Yes. So
that is a major problem. And one more thing I wanted to say is nature itself aborts, as we know, miscarriages, aborts 25 to 30% of fetuses. Nature does that because of genetic flaws or whatever it is, or incompatibility with the woman's body. Well, I'm not even going to get into the absurdity of saying that it's a God-given being in there, and yet God, who's in charge of nature, allows nature to kill 30% of the fetuses. I mean, wrap your head around that shit, people.
And so you're no longer able to abort children. Where does this stop? Or a woman's body is no longer her choice. Well, he just brought up a good point about nature. Well, are we going to start doing gene splicing therapy for women that to ensure that 30% that gets naturally aborted can now be saved?
That's a good point.
Are we going to start experimenting on women?
Because doesn't God, so-called, want 30% to die?
Yeah, isn't it the weak body, the weak flesh that stops it from being viable?
Yeah,
or stops it from being human or whatever?
That's a good point. And so what? So now we're going to get in God's way and we're not going to allow that 30% to die?
No. Well, we're going to do the Lord's work and we're going to splice these genes and we're going to figure out a way to make sure the embryonic sac is fortified by injecting her with metal and tuna or whatever the case may be. Whatever works in order to keep the viability.
Tuna?
I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I'm a doctor.
You're a female doctor.
Female doctor. I'm a female doctor.
You a hoe. That's what you is.
I'm a hoe.
Motherfucker.
Chief.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I mean, if the previous episode on adulting, individual rights is adulting. Understanding your rights is being an adult. Because we need to start acting like adults in America. And that is self-containment. Not fucking with any with other people. We don't want them fucking with our guns. We shouldn't be fucking with women's bodies. Taxation is theft. Abortion should be allowed. Not allowed. When you have a right, nobody can allow you. So I used the wrong word. When you have a right, there is no government allowing you to do something. You don't have your guns because the government allows you to have your guns. You have your guns because there's a goddamn right to your guns. You have a right to self-protection because you as a human being have that right. The same thing goes with abortion.
Yes, 100%. Completely agree with that.
Completely?
Completely and utterly. Like a cow.
You just ruined it with that shit. All right, anything else, Damon?
Get the fuck off this bullshit.
Yeah. Just get out there and talk rights and say that a woman has a right. If we need to get a constitutional amendment passed that's very specific about this, that acknowledges the fact that a woman does have that 100% right, well, then we need to get that going.
And I challenge it to be individuals have a right to body autonomy, period.
Yeah.
That needs to be the case.
That does. The amendment needs to go further, as you say, and acknowledge every human being's right to their body, money, property. Bam.
Boom.
Bam. Anything else, David? All right. Catch y'all soon.
On the flip side.